Hey, here we are, K30, Silverado, crew cab, long bed. Actually, for you guys that are technical, it's a V30 because it's a 1988. 88 V30 / K30, factory four-wheel drive, 1-ton truck. Now, we know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this moment. This truck is basically officially up for grabs. Now, why have we not got it on the website? Why have we not put a price with it yet? Well, because of the fact we've been trying to make this one of ours that we've gone over and touched everything. We can't do that on all of them. We just dropped you guys a video on this Suburban. We've only had it for a couple hours. We've done enough checking to know it's really nice. We've driven it, checked it over, but you know, doing all that extra touches takes time, takes money. Each person that touches it, they're on the payroll or they're getting paid, one of the two. This truck has been through my uncle's hands. It's been through my hands. It's been through AJ's hands. It's been through Brian and Daniel's hands. It's been through Kenny's hands, and you know what that means. And it's been through our service shop hands. Christian has been in it, and it is going to leave with one more step when it goes through our inspection station's hands. So a lot of steps to what we call one of the more perfected trucks. This was a great truck before. It was owned by one of our good customers, but it was sold on the pretense of it was kind of okay. Now it's way over the top okay, but it also has probably what amounts to an extra 60 to 80 hours put into it between driving, checking, and doing little things. It will sit in this showroom without a drip under it. We can attest to that. No leaks. It did have a pinion seal leak. It had another gasket that was leaking. Those things have been addressed. It's on a killer looking set of 35 Wild Peak Falcon mud terrains with a simulated beadlock raceline wheel. You see that on a lot of Jeeps. So cool and so error correct for this truck. We had to put these on here. They're brand new. It's got the Fox shocks with stabilizers, Fox steering stabilizers that match. Got the red bump stops underneath of it. You don't really see that very often anymore, but on this truck it brings some cool color together. You can get on there and grind on there, Christian, nothing to hide on this one. The brake lines have been done. It is still on standard steering and without a track bar because you guys know, we've told you enough times, 4 to 6 inches is pretty much perfect. You don't have to do much more. This truck was a Florida truck, rust-free truck. I don't know the original color, but I don't believe it was red, so the truck has had a repaint. But I can tell you it was a good repaint because you can look in all the giveaway areas and it is not a mess of overspray. It is clean. It was definitely disassembled to be painted, and they did a great job. Door panels, bottom door panel sections, which are usually all messed up. These are always tore up. The areas getting in and out of it, it's got a couple little kick marks, but not bad. It's had a carpet kit. It's had the seats redone. It's got an aftermarket billet style steering wheel. It's got the wood grain trim. Why does it have wood grain trim? Because all this stuff was used out of a Suburban. This might have even been a manual window truck. We don't know. Most crew cabs were. But now it's a power windows truck. The power windows work. The power locks work at every door like they're supposed to. Currently, they can break. They were actually broke when we sold it the first time, and we got it back in and fixed it for the customer. He had no windows, like the windows wouldn't go up or down or anything. So we got that fixed. Things do happen. These trucks are old. They break. But it's a 3+3. 3+3 from, tell me if I'm wrong, 3 passengers in the front, 3 passengers in the back. These were the first crew truck that people would consider calling a crew truck. Crew cab, meaning it carried a crew. This wasn't what you drove with your family back then. It's what you drove with yourself and maybe 5 employees. That's what they were used for. So most of them went to a demise of junk because they were just broken all to pieces, used up, rusted up, beat up. A lot of them were forestry trucks. A lot of them were military trucks. You didn't see very many crew cabs say military like the green ones you're thinking about. They were owned by other divisions of the military and government, I should say, like on the airports and stuff like that. 350 fuel injected motor. It does have the nice stainless visors, which the previous owner had us order and add, if I remember correctly. You will notice in here one more thing. It does not have power mirrors. These were off a Suburban. We've showed you guys before what that looks like. This is the standard mirror, not the power mirror. We do have a truck that has the power mirror conversion though, which is pretty neat. It looks like an OBS mirror if you haven't ever seen it. Under the hood, we fixed the AC. The AC works properly. We've been over all the little touches and little gadgets and gadgets. A couple hoses were replaced, a couple lines were replaced, a couple fittings were replaced that were leaking and seeping and had issues. Again, Kenny put his hands on it to go over, drive it, make sure everything was good. You will notice on this truck, it is a 3-speed. It was born as a 4-speed overdrive, but we all know the 700 R4 was not a good transmission. So you'll actually notice in the dash, yep, he did change it. I told him to, and he did. It does not have the overdrive, which even fooled AJ. AJ said that it's an overdrive truck. Well, it was an overdrive truck. It had overdrive on the dash. They put a 400 turbo in this truck. Far stronger than the 700 R4, but you lose the overdrive. So now it actually matches. You don't have a problem when you put it in gear. The Printal works perfect. Everything is good. Spray and bed liner. All of its trim's in right. You can see tire shine. So if you catch a glare of this stuff here, disregard it. Our guy uses a tire shine, and I don't know why it slings so bad. It's got a little bit newer style aftermarket step rear bumper. Does have a tow hitch. And if you look down bottom here, pretty much the only negative I can point out on this truck, completely anywhere you look at it, is it had some steps at one time. And you can see where they drilled a couple holes on both sides for that step. That's really it. Both tanks work, both gas gauges work, the air conditioning works, the windows and locks work. The dash is in good shape. The floor is in good shape. The four-wheel drive engages like it's supposed to. It has upgraded premium lifetime warranty Warren hubs in it. The seats, if you don't like that, if you want this truck to, we just finished driving the blue truck, and me and Daniel were both sitting in it just like that truck is, it's brand new. If you wanted the factory style cloth seats in this truck, it can be done. And I can tell you what it would cost. But that would be the only thing to really put it over the top. Not that these aren't great, but if you wanted to make it more era correct and proper, because we know a lot of people just want to get in this truck and feel like they're in the 70s and the 80s. We understand that. This truck also has dual exhaust. As far as I know, I think they're original inner fender wells. We took it to a show. We drove it down the interstate. Daniel drove it home, carried the kids. I've driven it home 2 or 3 times. We've run errands in it. I think we've worked every single kink out of this truck possible. I don't think there's anything left. All the trim lines up really good. The other truck, we're going to bring you another crew cab. That's one of the things I'm going to point out is the trim around the grill doesn't fit real good. But there's so few things to pick on this truck. All the lights work. All the lights are adjusted. These are usually all wonky and out of shape. All of them are adjusted. All of them are proper. There's not much more you could do with this truck, guys. Like I said, a ton of time since y'all saw the last video of this truck, but it was all 2 or 3 hours, 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 2 or 3 hours. But between mechanical and servicing and going over, there's really nothing, no stone left unturned on this truck. This is one of the nicer 3+3s that we've had. Again, lots of people have said, please let me know when it's available. Please let me know when it's available. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's a note on my desk underneath 45 pieces of paper and 300 other notes. There's some notes on Mike's desk. He's much more organized than me. So we're going to try to reach out. But here's the official. Truck's for sale. Call for details. We have also fitted this truck for power steps. If you want the power steps, the tanks can stay. We have the power steps design. Brian finished the bracketry for that for the crew cab. So if you want power steps, that's easy. If you want the steering and track bar, that's no problem. I'll be happy to make you a package price on everything. If you want shipping, no problem. The truck is ready. We're going to put an inspection sticker on it today. It'll go through its final step today. It's already on the schedule to be dropped off. That's all I got left to do, and that truck is 1,000,000% ready for its new owner. Thanks, guys. And this one will be up shortly, too.